Welcome traders to a late night stock talk. Today is May 14th at 8:17 p.m. Eastern time. Actually, it's not that late. So let's get right to it looking at the markets on SPY, which tracks the S&P 500 on the 180-day chart. So I want to show you guys the 180-day chart because we talked about how SPY and the markets have broken over this major resistance area. You guys can see that I took that line out yesterday, actually on Sunday, and we have broken out. So what are we looking for? We know that there is a support around 271.39. Let's just call that around 271 to 272. So I am still looking for a more definitive test of the support. Note that look how much and how many days we have consecutively climbed, right? We've climbed quite a bit. You guys can see that we've climbed over 3 percentage points this current uptrend. So I'm looking for a retest of the support around 270 to 271. We talked about this yesterday and it didn't happen today, although we did manage to kind of come down. We ended up in the positive, but we did start trending downward slightly, but at least I'm looking for a retest of this area before the bullish sentiment, in my opinion, continues going forward. You guys can see that on the 1 year chart, it looks more promising for the markets. Why is that? So once again, if you draw this line from peak to peak, that we have broken out, and we've broken out in a nice way such that we did gap up in those past previous days. Look at where we're at now. Yes, we formed a red candle. This is pretty much an impartial candle. It doesn't really tell us any story, but it does tell us that we have kept over that support. That is the major trend, and I'm looking for that trend to continue. So, what am I looking for in the near future? Let's take a look at volatility really quickly, which follows TVIX, the ticker TVIX, on the 180-day chart. Here's TVIX. We talked about a previous support around 676, which it broke. Now that it has broken, look at that. We've made continuously newer lows. On the 180-day chart, we have a 180 low around $4.65. Look how close we are. We managed actually to fall under $5 today before slightly rebounding back to $5.04 actually, which is where we closed. Actually, it's currently trading around $5.10. So, what does that mean? That means that markets are still bullish. Remember, guys, we don't want to guess where the possible reversal is. We want to follow the trend. So, such that if we do come down to 270 to 271 area, as volatility is falling, as TVIX is falling, we do expect markets to pull higher. So even if it does come down, right, currently it's around 273, it can easily come down $1 to $2, but that doesn't mean anything if we keep over the 20 EMA line, keep over the support line, because that just means the bullish sentiment continues. So that's what I'm looking for SPY. It really hasn't changed from yesterday to today. And oh yeah, thank you everyone for watching these videos. I hope you find these videos helpful, because I like to start with the overall. If you guys are new or returning, you guys might know that I like to start with talking about general market movement first. Why? It's because most people are invested in stocks, and for the most part, blue chip stocks, those big companies do follow the markets, right? They follow the market. If the markets are going up, then generally we have institutional buyers coming in, and it pushes whichever stock you're in. The chance of getting higher is greater if the markets are pushing higher. So I like to start with the stocks first and the major market movers. Next, I like to tackle commodities. So commodities are the crude oil, gold, and natural gas. I like to do those three because those are ETFs. So generally speaking, if the markets do come down, the ETFs or the commodities still have a chance to push up, whichever one you're in. So let's talk about commodities right now, which is 4/CL, which tracks crude oil futures. So here's crude oil, and we identified yesterday that there is a support at around 70.85. And we said that we were looking for a bottom. Did we hit a bottom today? We actually hit a bottom lower than when we expected, this support, lower than what we expected, but we did bounce up. Look at that, right? We have re-identified another support. This is, again, once very bullish for crude oil and GUSH. I think every time you guys tune into my videos, I'm like, I'm still bullish for GUSH. I'm more bullish for GUSH. You guys go into GUSH. Oh, I didn't tell you to go into GUSH, but you guys know my general trend. Why are you looking into DRIP? Let's go into GUSH. So the story really hasn't changed, right? We said that when crude oil comes down, we're looking for a good buying point. So the crude oil has a even greater chance to pull even higher. Just follow the movement, right? We're not going to guess where the reversal is. We're just going to follow. If something's going higher, we're going to go long. If something's going lower, then we're going to go into the opposite ETF or the inverse ETF, right? But for now, this 4/CL does follow GUSH or GUSH. So GUSH went up 3.82% as 4/CL started doing that reversal once again, back to its high. And look, we closed at 38.57, pretty bullish. And you guys can see this channel again, right? This between the resistance and the support. And now we're pretty much at the resistance again. So if you guys bought into GUSH, great job. You guys could have taken advantage of around 3 percentage points today. But if you didn't, then ask yourself, are we going to get in right now? Well, we're not going to get in right now because we're near the peak. Sure, GUSH actually has a great chance to break out of this resistance now, but we're not going to take a chance to break over that. Look how we gapped up during pre-market hours, right? Let's not take the chance. Let's play a little more. You guys can take a chance, but I like to play a little more conservative, such that I identify a support and a resistance, and I get in near the bottom. And I'm going to tell you guys about a couple of positions that I entered and a couple of the position that I exited today as well. So wait for that in a moment, but that's what I'm looking for in GUSH. Note that DRIP is the inverse of GUSH, so crude oil is pushing up, DRIP is going down, and I just want to remind you guys, you guys probably don't need any reminding because I've but there it is. There's the chart. Here's DRIP, which is inverse oil, and looking at DRIP, we know that it made a 3-year low 4 days ago. Just a reminder that we did make a 3-year low, and we have no signs of a reversal right now. We're actually floating near the 3-year low again. You can imagine how easily we can continue to go lower. So we saw that DRIP is actually down 4% today. So, well, there you go, right? Well, let's not look at the 3-year chart. Let's look at the 1-year chart. We identify boxes. What do the boxes represent? The boxes represent breakdown areas of major support areas. You can see that this was a major support, the bottom to bottom. And when we broke this bottom, we kept moving down. Actually, we went down at around 18%. Here, we broke the bottom. This was a major support. We went down another 18%. This was the bottom, and we went down like 20% here. This was a major support, and now we're moving even lower. So you guys can see that even if I start zooming in, you see how it doesn't even really get to the 20 EMA, which is the light blue line, before it starts getting rejected and start coming down. Right now, we're getting closer to the 20 EMA line. At some point, we do expect it to come down. This is actually a very steady pattern. Once you guys look at my course, under development, once you guys see my course, you'll see what kind of pattern that I'm looking at and why this is a continual trend down without any signs of a reversal. And that's just one thing in the course that we'll talk about, but it's not out yet, so keep your eyes tuned. So there's DRIP. Let's talk about 4/natural gas, which tracks natural gas. 4/NG, which tracks natural gas. So here we go. We talked about natural gas having a resistance area around, actually, firstly around 2.81, but you can see that another resistance around 2.839. Look how far up we are. Is there any sign of a reversal yet? So right now, looking at the 1-year trend, right, there is actually no sign of a natural gas reversal. However, we're keeping an eye for a natural gas reversal because you guys can see that if natural gas does drop, it does have a ways to go. It'll drop back to where? It'll drop back to the ascending support line. So around 2.738, 2.740 should it start dropping. So we're looking for that reversal. So this would be a play for DGAZ, which is inverse natural gas. So once natural gas starts coming down, DGAZ is the potential play that I'm looking at. So I want to talk to you about a position that I took today. Okay, well, we're at this ticker, right? So I actually took a position on DGAZ. So here's a couple of things. First thing is there's no confirmation of a natural gas reversal yet, but look at DGAZ and where we are right now. You guys can see that this channel, even though we've been making lower highs, we're pretty much near the support. We bounced off this support in the past, and here we are again. Doesn't mean, because of this lower slanted line, doesn't mean that it's going to bounce and come straight up. As a matter of fact, it might still go down a little more before it starts reaching back to its high, because we're making lower highs. So I think for you guys, if you guys are in looking to enter DGAZ, wait for the natural gas reversal, which hasn't happened yet, but it might happen pre-market tomorrow. It might not happen tomorrow at all. Just wait for a better position to get into DGAZ. But I got into DGAZ because we were at the support. And even if I played this, you guys saw I bought in at 25.30. So even if we play this to the 20 EMA, I still have around 2%, right? That's just very, 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 very conservative if it comes to the 20 EMA. So that is something that I'm watching right now. I took a small position in that on my Robinhood account. It's a small position, not too big, because DGAZ is still declining. So, all right. Lastly, let's talk about /GC, which tracks gold futures. We've said that gold has a support around 13.12. We said that gold has the support, and that every time it's had at the support, it's bounced up. What was surprising today is we thought gold was going on an uptrend. As a matter of fact, if you guys look at these candles, right, these two candle structure looks like a good gold reversal going back up. But we got met by these two candles by another red candle pulling it down. That means, once again, we have a red candle followed by a green candle pretty much near the support, and we fell back to the support. So once again, if we can validate the support, this is another good entry point for gold. I'm still holding that gold is still bullish, especially we're at the support. Look at the 1 minute chart. This is the support line that has not moved for a couple of weeks. And we're literally hitting the support and we're coming back up. So I'm still looking for a good entry into the ticker JNUG, which follows gold. So looking at gold, it fell 2.65% today. Honestly, not too much if you guys got into a position earlier. But where did we fall to? Look at this, right? We're still making higher lows. We're still having a resistance around 1630, which I still feel that we can break. And, right, this is a pretty nice pattern. So if it does come down, we know that a good entry point would be at the support. But if you guys were wanting to take a chance, look at how we bounced on the blue line. The blue line was the 50 SMA line. We might bounce here again, especially as /GC is near the support. So this is just something I'm watching, and I like this higher low pattern, because even if you're a novice trader, you're not sure where you're entering. If you just enter and close your eyes for a couple of days, chances are your probabilities are that this ETF or gold will go up, your account will be higher than lower. And that's the probability that we want. Okay, let's talk about a couple of positions that I was in. Oh, and I know you guys called out a couple of tickers today as well. So bear with me while I actually go to my YouTube comment section. So you guys can comment on the YouTube section and let me know what tickers you guys want to see. I actually didn't really look at the tickers that were submitted. Sorry. So I'll do that next time. Let's talk about my first position, though. It is Square. Recall Square. I was in at around, I think, $49 something and change on my Robinhood account, and I sold it. I was in around $47. I sold it around $49. That was my Robinhood account. For my TD Ameritrade account, which is the one you're seeing right now, I entered at $51.72, and I exited my position today. Square is at $54.28, so I made around $2.50, $3.50, something around there. Why did I exit? So I want to show you guys Square. We're nearing the peak. We're nearing its high, which is $57.81, and it really doesn't have to go to the high. I feel that the markets have been bullish so much in the past few days. Looking at SPY, it's been bullish. It needs to retest the 270, 271 area, at which point I will reconsider buying into Square. Right? That's the most reasonable option, I feel, especially Square has climbed so much in the past few days. Even if it starts coming down, let's say to $53, that could be a potential buy. At least I will save myself $1 and some change per share. And you guys can imagine. So I'm still looking for an entry into Square. I still think Square will be bullish, even though this is the resistance. But right now, it might start trailing down a little as if or when SPY does correct. If it keeps going up, then that's okay. I'll just miss the opportunity. I'm completely fine with that. But, you know, this is just something for you guys to consider if you are in Square. All right, let's take a look at a couple tickers that you guys submitted. The first one, and the only one I have written down so far, is TMUS, which is T-Mobile. Yeah, so T-Mobile, I've actually looked at this one in the past. And you guys can see this very predictable support around 55, 58, and we're holding at the support again. I like this pattern. Look how much T-Mobile has to make up, around 8 to 9%, but it does make it up quite slowly. So you can imagine, look, if I just did this is a big move up, right? This was a 6% move up. This is actually quite big, but we want to see it start consolidating around this area, the 20 EMA, and we do see some of that right now. So if you guys were to buy into T-Mobile, I definitely can agree with you. If you guys took a position right now, where's your stop loss? Well, the stop loss would be around here, right? 54.99. If it starts dipping below that area, you can say, okay, it broke the channel and we're just going to move out and find something better. But this is where you can take a position because this is very close to risk. What do I mean? If you buy in right now, look how close to risk you are. Because if you're wrong, you can get out immediately. But if you're right, look how much you can write up. So this is a very nice pattern. Good call out. And yeah, let me add this one to my list. I don't think I'm going to go into T-Mobile because I'm already in other positions. I'll talk to you about my other ticker in a moment. But this is good job. What am I typing in? Did that even go through? DBX. So Dropbox. So Dropbox is one that went public. You guys can see that it went public around end of March as well as the last one. And it's been holding this pattern, right? And this is, again, a pretty predictable pattern. So look at this volume. What is up with this volume? Let me take a look at the volume really quickly. 4 million. Okay, it's actually, whoa, that's quite a bit. But in the past, okay, so the volume looks pretty good. Let's look at the 1 year chart. Right, this is the predictable pattern. It's been making higher lows, and we do expect a bounce here. So if you guys did buy in around this area, you know where to set your stop loss, 1.5% lower. I like this trend. This is a good one. Just note that, you know, we do expect a push back up. It's making higher highs as well. This is something I want to see as well. Another good trend. Just know that this is kind of like a starter company, not a starter company. But this is a company that went public very recently. So we do expect some fluctuations. Look what happened here, right? We were making higher highs at this point, and once we broke the channel, look how much we collapsed, right? And then we found another support back to pretty much the previous support. So this is just something to watch. It doesn't have to bounce up because we don't have that much info to go off of, but it certainly can. And if you did take a position, this is the time to take a position right now. May I get a quick review on PAYC? And if you have time, go over TWMJF. Okay, PAYC is the one that I went into. So before you guys go, what the heck is going on? What are you doing? We talked about this at the beginning of this month, the ticker to watch. We talked about this pattern on the 1 year chart. We said, wait to see if we can get over the 20 EMA before we get into PAYC, right? It was trending up, and we realized on the 180-day chart that every time it's hit the red line, which is depicted by the 200 SMA, we would bounce. We're back at the 200 SMA. So One thing that you guys might be, concerned about is we fell below the 200 SMA today. That, yes, we did fall below, but I want to reference you guys to this point right here. Look how we did a double bottom, and look how the second bottom was lower than the first bottom before we started surging back up. Okay? We're not below the first bottom yet by this candle, but we're pretty close. I took a position at the end of day at $102 using this account. Why? We are close to risk, and should it start going up, that's something to watch out for. But if it starts going down, I will be out quick and fast, like peeling off a Band-Aid, right? If it starts dipping to $100.39, I'm out. I won't take the ride until I see a reversal by then. But right now, this is the trend that I'm seeing. If it holds the 200 SMA, it still has a chance to keep going up. It might still fall a little further, right? We talked about it might still fall a little further, so I might give it a little more flexibility, but this is, again, something to watch daily as we move forward. What's the next one that you guys called out? TWMJF. Canopy Growth Corporation. Okay, so this is a horizontal pattern. You guys can see that it did drop, but we started making this horizontal pattern, and we're nearing the upper end of the horizontal pattern. Note that the resistance is pretty much around 25.59. Drawing the resistance line for you guys. Okay. No resistance line, I guess, for this one, so let's get in. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, so the resistance line is around $26, $25.59, and we're getting really close to the upper end. If I show you guys this box again, if you guys were to buy in right now, what's the chance that you'll make a profit, right? Look at the amount of candles above here versus below here. So I wouldn't go in right now. Where would I go in? I would go in around this area, $19, $20, and then start going and buy in at that point. But not right now, as we're moving on this horizontal trajectory. Is that it? I think we're done. I hope I've tackled everyone's tickers. I hope you guys had a good trading day today. So you guys can let me know, did you guys have a good trading day today? The markets did go up today slightly. Were you guys able to make a profit? Were you in the green? Were you in the red? And let me know if there are any techniques that you guys implement that has resulted in successes, in your successes. I'm always here to share other people's experiences if they're positive experiences as well. So we're all learning together. We're all building a positive community. And I want to thank everyone for taking your time to watch this video. I know it's late at night, or you might be watching tomorrow or some other day, but thank you very much for watching these videos. It means a lot to me. So be sure to like. If you didn't like this video, I hope you like it in the future. And I hope you like it. Subscribe if you want to, get notifications. If you want to, you don't have to. But I will see you guys tomorrow, Tuesday, for another Stock Talk at a normal time, I hope. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.